So starting out, in the mobile world, everything's off the truck. I did a lot of pipeline work, a lot of repair work. Started getting into some other areas of fabrication. Primarily, what I would do was go out and look at things that people would say, "Oh, it's incredibly difficult to do that," or "We have a hard time finding a guy that can do this." And so I'd be the guy that volunteered for the stuff that nobody wanted to do, and in that process try to figure out a more efficient, better way to do it. So we'd take a blind flange, for instance, and the customer would need to put a hole and tap that hole for a 2-inch or a 1/2-inch line pipe outlet or something. So we were doing all of that on a radial drill and breaking a lot of taps. A 50 horsepower American hole wizard can put a hole in anything you want, but when you put a 1/2-inch MPT tap in it, you have absolutely no feel for when to stop. And so we were breaking a lot of taps. So typically what you'll do is you'll start looking at clutching mechanisms and things like that. And through that research, I found FlexArm, and that's where we decided to go ahead and buy our first tapping arm, which is that G860 that we've got. So that end prep tool is a Tri-Tools, I believe it's a 208. We have to use those tools a lot because it's not a good idea to thermal cut those pieces and then thermal cut the bevels, because you're adding additional heat input where the weld area is going to go. So we do what's called a cold cut. We saw cut them, and then we had to figure out some way to put that bevel for the weld on the end of the pipe. But the problem with the tool was it weighed like 70 pounds. And we got to looking on your website and saw that you guys offered ergonomic solutions for things like that. And I just boxed one of the machines up and sent it to Flex and had them come up with a solution to it. Gave them kind of some basic parameters of what I needed, and they shipped me the manipulator. Yeah, it worked out great. And that machine's out there being used right now today too. I wouldn't even have to ask him, but you could see the look on his face. The guy that usually uses that specific tool on an everyday basis, his back is very thankful for that part manipulator. When we build automated solutions for processing companies, the problem with manufacturing a lot of those components is we cut a lot of plates, and we have a lot of plates that are meeting up against each other and then have bolt holes that are going through them. And there's a lot of drilling and tapping that has to be done on a lot of irregular profiles. And in the past, what we were doing, we would plasma cut out the profiles, and then we'd have to either stack them and figure out some way to reference them in our CNC mills and drill those holes, and then take it over and tap all the holes where all of our bolts would line up and everything. It's not the ideal process to do it. Even some of the shapes and profiles that we were cutting exceeded the range of some of our bigger mills. So the idea was to get, if we put a Waterjet in, then we could Waterjet those profiles and Waterjet all of the holes to the drill size that we need to tap them. And since then, it's cut our throughput time down by at least 40% on those type of projects, just because we've taken typically one and sometimes two operations out by just water jetting all of it together, all in one part, and go straight to the tap arm with it. One of the ways that the FlexJet and the tapping arm have improved production is just by coupling both of their capabilities together. We do a lot of Waterjet cutting holes in profiles that are going to get tapped afterwards. And we used to have all of our tapping arms stationary, mounted to a big work table. And we've since made all of our tapping arms to where that whole work table can float around the shop. And we did that because the added benefit of having the FlexJet in the shop, I can have one guy running the Waterjet, and while the Waterjet's running, he can be pulling parts out of the table and tapping holes right there next to the FlexJet. So it's sped things up, made that aspect of it far more efficient. And I didn't realize how big of a benefit having the 90,000 PSI pump would be, but when we start looking at cycle times, and especially with like small lot orders that we've been getting those cycle times down really paid off way more than I anticipated it would, because we can get more jobs in a shift than what our competitors can. My main deciding factor would be after sales support and service. The ability to get parts and have parts readily available. It doesn't matter who makes the machine or how good the machine is going to be. If you're running it 6 days a week, 7 days a week, you're going to go down. It's just a matter of time. And being able to get that spindle uptime back up is a real deciding factor for me. Just being able to get somebody on the phone and actually act like they care about the problem that I'm having, it makes your clients feel like, okay, you guys got some skin in the game too, and that's valuable. If you want to learn more about us, you can jump on our website or just check us out on LinkedIn. We do have a YouTube page. Occasionally we put some projects and fun stuff that we actually get to show. It doesn't have a whole lot up there at the moment because there's not a whole lot that I can actually show people. So when we do get that opportunity, we'll put it up there.